Welcome to Transplant Trash. This is episode
I want to say seven, seven,
maybe seven.
seven.
It's been a minute. It's
Yeah.
been a minute. Let's just say seven, and we'll correct it in the title.
Seven, maybe six, depending on how we want to count the live stream. Which
6.5. We'll do another
six,
half episode.
you can have as many half episodes as we want.
Yeah. Well, welcome back. I'm Andy.
I'm James.
It's been a minute, buddy.
It's been a minute. The holidays. Holidays will beat your ass there up a lot. I drank way, way too much during the holidays, but that'll happen.
How long you went back to West Virginia? How long were you there for?
It was West Virginia and like Western Maryland. I was back for like 10 days, which was enough. I got to see people, trying to also manage the flights in the Southwest so I wasn't getting charged an arm and a leg.
Yeah, that's. Did you have to? You didn't fly from West Virginia to Maryland, right? You just drove.
Oh, yeah, I just drove. I rented a car. Flew into the old Baltimore, and it was good. I enjoyed it. Um, Went to the bowling alley, did some personal pictures. Felt like a massive alcoholic when I went and
I
got my
love bro. Personal pictures are just the fucking. That was just like a classic like date thing. Just go to the bar and just get yourself like your own picture, and then your Tinder date's like, oh, this is for us, and you're like, oh, what do you want?
Oh yeah, well you can have one of these. I don't want to look like a massive alcoholic here. This is
You're like, oh yeah, I guess I should give you one. I literally saw a dude the other day, or not the other day. It's been I don't even know time. Who knows? It could have been a month, but this like frat bro in like a bar downtown was like drinking a pitcher, like he had his hand through the pitcher like it was like a coffee mug and was just sipping the pitcher. I was like, God, dude, just you pour it in a glass,
like
dude.
a coffee mug. I mean, I was drinking mine like it was a Stein.
Oh, you
Just
were drinking it out of the
oh
pitcher?
yeah, I mean I was in a bowling alley. What's the fucking point? I'm not gonna just pour it.
Oh, Christ, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I'll pour it in a glass, dude. I'll drink the pitcher by myself, but I'll pour it in a glass.
Well, the glasses they gave me were like the clear red Solo cups, which I'm like, no, fuck this. I'm just gonna drink this straight up.
Like one of those red Coke cups.
Yeah, yeah, but it was the clear ones that like like you get like the dye bars. I'm just like, fuck that. I'm just gonna drink this like that. And then there's also a bowling alley in like fucking Western Maryland, so it's like really who all's gonna be there. And so I did my first personal picture, and then I went back to the bar to get my second because I was a little tanked. And then she's like, "Do you want a straw for that? I saw you just chugging it straight out of there." I was like, God damn it!" And then I'm walking by the
Oh
desk
yeah.
where the fucking shoes are, and the guy's just like, "Do you chug, 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 chug?" And I'm just like, "Oh God, am I an alcoholic for just?"
The bowling alley people were telling you to chug, or the
Yeah,
people
the
you were
bowling.
with?
I was walking by with my second personal picture, which I had two. So.
How many glasses of beer is it? Was it four?
I don't know. I ended up getting tanked. That's all I
Yeah,
know.
that might have been like 8 beers or 8 glasses of beer. Because I don't know. I feel like 8 beers. That might have been 8 beers, dude.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we got there around like 7 and we left at like 10. So,
Okay, yeah.
yeah, we were.
Little late night bowling, dude. They turned the disco lights on.
No, no, they didn't have the disco lights on because it was like Western Maryland, like no one lives there. Um, I was an absolute fucking menace on the touch tunes. I put $5 in there and put about $5 worth of Creed in, just on a loop. I tried to play the same song, Hold Me Now, like One Last Breath, like 10
'Cause
times in a
I'm
row.
6 feet from
From
the
the
edge,
edge,
and
and
I'm
I'm
thinking,
thinking,
dude.
maybe 6 feet ain't so
Just
far now.
looped Creed. That's crazy, bro.
Oh, and then I went back up again. My cousin was like, "Do not put." He's gonna put that. I was like, "I'm gonna put on fucking Creed again," and
Tell me what to do.
yeah, and then so I'm bowling again, and as I'm coming up to bowl, one of the guys in the lane next to me was like, "Who keeps putting on Creed?" Like I'm like, "Oh yeah, sorry, my bad, dude. I'm doing personal pictures and trying to live my best life right now." He's like, "You know what? I respect it, but."
He's like, but If you loop this again, I'm gonna beat your ass.
Also, it's a bowling alley. What better song should be at a bowling alley than Creed?
Oh my god, they're gonna like immediately like, okay, new policy. They're not people aren't allowed to use the fucking jukebox anymore.
Fucking touch tunes. And it wasn't even touch tunes, but also I realize now why nobody bowls anymore. That shit fucking hurts. You bowled lately?
Honestly, it's probably been like a year.
Okay.
This is the last time I bowled.
I think
I feel like you never bowl, but then when you do, you have like. But this much might be the white trash in us. But I don't know. I don't know about you. I'm sure you had a blast bowling though, even though maybe it hurt afterwards. But every time I get out there, I'm just like, dude, I could be on. I could see myself. I'm like, brother, I'm about 3 more trips away from being on a Thursday league.
I would be such a fucking alcoholic if I was in the league. Like I'd just be doing personal pictures every week. Should be like, there's James. Give him his mug and the fucking.
They give you a picture with a straw in it when you come in. You're like, thanks.
Thanks. Oh,
Thanks, Gretchen. Yeah, dude. The fucking that's like my dad's like a hardcore bowler, and he's like, he used to just league it up every Thursday. That was like his thing, and he'd go, and it'd be so funny because when like dudes are so far into like a hobby that it's like not even fun anymore. Like I'm just going for fun, and I'm just like, look, I bowled an 80 because I'm like 12, and he bowls like a 260, and he's like, you Jesus. Fucking piece of shit. Like, he's just like, all fucking mad. He's like, these lanes are oiled like shit.
It reminds me of like all the people at the golf course I used to work at. Which,
oh yeah,
to be fair, bowling is poor man's golf. That's what that is. That's white trash golf.
100%.
I mean, at least with bowling, you could have way more fun doing it. The barrier to entry is a lot lower. I will say, I hurt a lot more after bowling than versus golf. Like, I think I went bowling like before I moved one time, and like my shoulder hurt afterwards. And then like this most recent, yeah, and this most recent time when I was like gripping the ball, my like thumb legitimately was like sore for 4 days afterwards.
Hey, do jujitsu, and then you're like, I bowled and I'm injured.
I don't fucking know, man. Because like, I don't know that you're just trying to. I also was just trying to do absolute piss missiles.
There you go. That's why everything hurt so bad, because you were sending it at 86 miles an hour.
I was trying to just fucking rip them, and I was doing my personal picture. I looked at the guy we were with, and I was like, "I'll fucking send out an absolute piss missile and just fucking yeeted that ball as hard as I could." Shoulder, the rest of my body was fine. Just my thumb.
You're like, find me a 6-pounder. I'm gonna fucking send this thing.
I was actually using 8s, honestly, and if it was like 10 or more, it fucking hurt just to kind of like grip and everything. Mm-hmm. So, also I like fucked up my thumbs in jiu-jitsu, so I think that also might have something to do with why it was hurting more in my hands. But like everybody else was just like, yeah, but my hands hurt after that too, and I was like, okay, I'm not just a massive bitch who's really bad at bowling.
It turns out they were also just fucking like sending it as hard as they could.
I mean,
you guys were like, the bowling people were just watching 3 drunk dudes just like do that. You know when the guy takes the bowling ball and he like winds it up in his arm, like you don't put your fingers in it. It's like he like winds it and then he just like brings his whole elbow back and just like lets it go, and it's like just goes down at like 90 miles an hour.
Apparently that's proper technique, because we were sharing a lane with like a bunch of other guys that had bought bowling balls off of like Facebook Marketplace, because of course when you're in your 20s and you want to get into a hobby in Western Maryland, you get the gear off of a fucking Facebook Marketplace. And they had like bowling balls they were gripping in their arm doing that exact same technique, and they're like, oh, I'm hitting like 150, not bad. And I'm just like, brother, can you take me higher, because I'm about to rip this as a fucking heater down this lane.
You said, brother, I'm 6 feet from the edge right now. You gotta make way.
Yeah, and I was just fucking doing it all the time, because I used to bowl a lot as a kid. Like we would, my elementary school was right next to a bowling alley, so anytime we had like, you were not a bad kid and you were good, our field trip reward was to go to the bowling alley. So I shit you not, we went to like the fucking bowling alley like 6 times a year in school when I was in
That's kind
elementary.
of sick though. As like a 9-year-old, that'd be fucking awesome.
Oh, dude, it was sweet. They made it like Galaxy Bowling. It was in the middle of the day.
Oh, that's the best. Pizza and like fucking oh
And no,
yeah.
they didn't
That's
provide us food though. That was the thing. They didn't give us food, so you had to bring your own
oh.
money to do that. But
The school couldn't fucking pay
it's West Virginia,
how much
man. They don't have money for shit.
how much is 3 fucking pizza, bro? How big was your school, bro? What was there like 50 of you guys?
I want to say there was like, because there's probably about like 100 in the grade. It was a big elementary school.
All right, that's a few large pizzas. That's a few large,
There was
dude.
a
I
few-
if there was kids like me out there, I'm picturing West Virginia. I know there was some thick 10-year-olds. I was
Oh,
a thick 10-year-old.
did you? Because you play Pee Wee football. Did you have the red dot on your helmet to say you couldn't carry the ball? Did you guys have
Brother,
that?
I unfortunately I can't even use that as an excuse. I did not play Pee Wee football.
Oh,
I
damn.
was just a thick fucking dude. I was just munching anything in front of my face. There was no stopping me. I had a fucking bowl haircut and I was
Oh.
just munching.
I haven't been to Florida in years, and I kind of want to go just to experience Floridian South Florida trash.
Oh yeah, it's a different level of trash for sure.
I mean, one of my professors, he like grew up last semester. He grew up in Tallahassee, and he was just a good old Florida
Oh,
boy.
that place is fucking yeah. Because the more because really that's like Florida is, the more north you go, the more south it is. Tallahassee's up there, and then it's like and then there's like Jacksonville, which is like a shithole.
I mean, Jacksonville did produce America's finest band, Limp Bizkit.
I mean, what a national treasure, dude.
I mean,
What a what a place for them to have fucking bread from.
What else does Jacksonville have besides Limp Bizkit and the Jaguars? Like, what? Who decided? I'm gonna go live in fucking Jacksonville, Florida.
Fucking a high crime rate and
Does it really
like
have a high crime rate?
oh yeah, it's brutal, dude.
I'm not.
Yes.
I went one year for the Gator Bowl as a child.
Oh yeah, nice.
We watched West Virginia just get their asses handed to them by Florida State.
Yeah, Florida State, bro, is just is Gator Bowl Florida State or is it UF?
No, Gator Bowl was ACC, and at the time it was Big East. But like now, I couldn't tell you what it is
Oh,
because it used to be
yeah,
like the Toyota Gator Bowl.
it was funny every time we like because a lot of my buddies were always like UF guys, and it was just funny because they like there's just such like a FSU like UF like right it's like CU CSU kind of thing. And
who's the
it's
little
just,
brother of the rivalry?
yeah, except I will say though that UF is definitely better like athletic team than fucking CSU for sure.
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, though, FSU was always like better. So every time they played them, it'd always be like just like a sad day, like watch them play, and then you just be like, God damn it! And all my friends would be like, I hate these fucking FSU guys. They play the same song every fucking time.
Tomahawk chop into the background.
Dude, that's fucking. Which is true. They just spam that shit, dude. You're like, all right, I get it.
Did you? Are you a UF fan?
Yeah, I watch them.
Okay. I was like, Oklahoma was that way whenever they would come to WVU. It was just Beaver Sooner, Beaver Sooner, Beaver Sooner. It just every fucking time is we got a punt. Boomer Sooner, Boomer Sooner. Is it 3rd and 4? Boomer Sooner, Boomer Sooner. It's just like they might be the trashiest fucking group of fans. Oklahoma's fucking trash. I don't give a shit if any of you have to say. Fuck you. You're not as bad as Texas. Texas is the worst. Horns down. You're a bunch of rich kid pussies. The rest of the Big 12 is fine.
I literally watched a TikTok where like this guy was going around like just to like a Texas game and was just like interviewing people and like, oh, who do you know that went to Texas? And they're like, no one. I'm just here. And you're like, which is like cool, I guess. Like I'd be down to go to a college game too, but it's like, I don't know. There's just so much like you gotta go to it's like fuck every other school. This big ass state, fucking horns, bro. It's just like, dude, I don't know. It'd just be crazy to be like, be like me just going to like an FSU game like constantly, and I'm just like, I don't know anyone here. I didn't graduate from FSU. I have no affiliation, but I'm here. You know, six games I've come. It's just like why?
And that is kind of wild. I guess WVU was the same way too, because like a lot of the fan base was like in the states, so it was like our pro team. So because the stadium held like 60,000 people, and there's only 30,000 people in the town, with like 30,000 students.
Holy
Yeah,
So yeah, there's only 30,000 people in the town.
yeah. Morgantown only has like 30,000 people in it.
Damn, that's small.
Yeah, dude, it was small as shit.
It's fucking nothing, dude.
Yeah,
I'm pretty. What's the? How about the county? What
the
about the
county's
county,
100,000.
bro? That's all the county has. Dude, is
Hey,
100,000.
that's high up there for West Virginia. Okay, I think it's like the third most populated county in the state.
Bro. I mean, I get it that This is a totally, Florida has a lot of people, but the county I grew up in has 1.5 million people.
I mean, that's bigger than Albuquerque metro area. I mean, to be fair, you grew up in Miami.
No, I grew up in West. I grew up in West Palm.
Oh, okay, okay, well, okay.
Don't rope me into the fucking. I'm not a Costco guy, dude. Don't
Well,
fucking
we're
rope me
Costco
into.
guys.
I think actually technically I think they're Boca, so technically they're. I guess I am. That it's kind of West Palmish.
Okay.
So. Yeah.
Speaking of the Costco guys, I saw a thing where they gave Rosa Parks. We're gonna give Rosa Parks a big boom, and I'm just like,
Oh
Jesus
my
fucking
God,
Christ,
dude.
I hate this. I hate this
Unfucking real.
country. This
I
is where
keep
I'm
seeing
going
this
in the
one too.
shit.
I don't know. I don't know if it's a live that they did or if it's like if they're doing like cameos or something. I'm not really sure, but I saw one where it was like the three. It was like whatever, Big Boom and Little Boom, whatever their fucking names are, dude. The dad and the son. They were like sitting there and they're like, "I'm sorry that
Big
your brother died. He
Justice.
gets 5 big booms." They're like, "Boom, boom."
Yeah, I saw that one, and then I'm like, this is what's wrong with this fucking country.
It's fucking crazy, dude.
Okay, which
How
is
did this?
worse? The Costco guys giving somebody who's dead 5 big booms, or the Hawk Tuah girl doing a meme coin rug pull?
Dude, honestly, I almost want to say the fucking 5 big booms, dude, because I feel like they're actually serious about it.
That's fair. I mean, if you're getting swindled by the Hawk Tuah girl getting swindled in Hawk coin, that's your own damn fault. Like,
Swindled by Hawk, dude.
Hawk the
Oh
blowjob
my.
girl wasn't being sincere about her meme coin that she just tried to do a bump and dump scheme, you fucking morons.
Oh, you mean that this chick is just in it for the money? What? That's crazy.
What, some trailer park? I use this language endearingly. Some trailer park slut who was like, I can make it big and never have to work again in my life by doing the old bait and switch. Fuck yeah. I'm sure that's not the first time she's done something like that in her life.
No, no fucking way, dude. I mean, yeah, like it's crazy. It's just hilarious that it's like, who the fuck would get involved in that? And like, obviously, I know you watched the CoffeeZilla thing.
I haven't watched that one yet, actually.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Oh, I'm
yeah.
surprised. Or actually, technically, it might have been on Voidzilla. It's his other channel.
Okay.
But anyway, because I know you watch CoffeeZilla sometimes, so I was gonna think of it. But no, like he literally like he went on Reddit. They had like a Reddit, like you know how they do like group chats on Reddit sometimes, where like you can
Oh,
join like a live thing and like people can it can have like a bunch of people in and you guys can all talk.
okay. Like
It's kind of chaotic that they even allow that on
like an
Reddit.
OG like chat room?
Kind of, it's like a
Okay.
chat room almost, but
Okay.
you can like join in and stuff. And so she was there after she rug pulled, and then her like team, and then they were in the call, and CoffeeZilla was in it with some other people, and they were all basically just being like, "You rug pull, where did the money go?" And then the team's just like, "It went to a foundation to be used for something. I don't know if it's being used for like a nonprofit or something or what."
Foundation to pay my bills is what they're
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's literally,
fucking doing.
right. So they're like, so who runs the foundation? They're like, well, the foundation, it's Haley Welch, and so like, so she got like $6 million, and they're like, oh well, no, you know what I mean? You're just like, dude,
You did a rug
uh,
pull. There's no shame in it. Like,
Yeah, just it's just like who, and then they're like, I guess before like his copies were showing videos where I guess they were talking about how this would have been like they were gonna make this like an introduction for people who aren't don't know anything about crypto. They're gonna make like a really easy thing for people to like learn, like get involved in crypto. You could use us as like your stepping stool to like learn crypto. We can like onboard people that don't know and blah blah blah. And I'm like, first of all, what dipshit actually? I think everyone that got involved in that was thinking that they're going to try to beat the rug pull. So I'm like, I don't think anyone invested in that thinking, oh hell yeah, this is my into crypto. I don't know what I'm doing. And it's also like at the end of the whole thing, it was so funny because then they were like saying something. They also like meme this a lot. She hadn't said shit for like the whole time, right? Except for one point, she kind of popped off on CoffeeZilla because he was getting mad, and then she was like, "Well, what the fuck are you here for?" or something. And then she just goes,
The white
"Someone's in
trash
the
is
middle."
coming out like, bitch, you don't know
Oh,
me.
literally. And somebody said someone was asking some question about whatever the money or something, and in the middle of it, she's like, well, hey guys, I'm gonna go to bed now, and I'm sorry to cut you off, Nick, but best of luck, and yeah, I'll see you guys later, toodaloo, and just like left. And it literally sounded like it literally sounds like, if you listen to it, like fucking Butters or something from South
Oh,
Park.
hey,
Like
fellas.
yeah, she's just like, okay, well, I'm gonna head out of here now. Thank you. It's just, dude's like a South Park character. It's just, it's fucking crazy. Anyway, nothing's gonna happen to her. She's fine. You know,
She's
there's gonna
fine.
be no legal anything.
She
But
made her money, and a fool is easily parted with his money. And if you really were trying to get it, that was a risk. You understood that, like, if you were trying to beat the rug pull, if you're trying to beat a rug pull, obviously somebody here is losing their money. This is not like an
100%.
equal exchange here. You're
Yeah,
trying to.
no, yeah, it's like you can't. It's just such a stupid thing to be like, oh, I'm going to like. How do you not know that that's a rug pull? Like, I just don't get that. Like, how do you think? It's not like it's some guy who's like, no, this is a cryptocurrency for, I don't know. I'm making a blockchain to work with the fucking health insurance or something. Like at least a project that you're like, I don't know if I believe it or not, but you're like, at least it sounds good. She's literally just like, it's mine.
It's my meme
I have my
coin.
name on it.
Yeah, I mean, if you just want to be like, hey, I bought $5 of this meme coin here. Look, I have fucking hot coin. Like, yeah, what's whatever. I mean, to each his own. But like, I don't know. I
Yeah,
feel like people. That's my issue with fucking cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency, bros. You can go fuck yourself. This half the time they're like, whoa, it's off the fucking internet. It's this non-controlled government currency, and that's why all them like all the globalists don't want it. I'm like, this is literally a pyramid scheme, and you got in on it early, and the way you get more money is to get more people in on it by having a set number of coins that are only in the system, and you have a bunch of them, and you need more people to continually pump money into it. That's a fucking pyramid scheme. This is literally Mary Kay Ash. This is fucking Mary Kay. Or did you have Verve in college? Was that a thing down
yes, dude, Verve, bro.
Verve?
I was in high school, but I had high school friends reach out to me, literally like being like, "You want to buy Verve?" It's like an energy drink or
It
something.
is literally Verve for fucking tech people who didn't get swindled in college. That's all fucking cryptocurrency is. That, and so drug dealers can't get traced. That's all
Yeah,
that is.
and
Drug
it's
dealers
also
in North
like,
Korea didn't fund their nuclear program.
yeah, yeah, right. Well, it's also like, I don't know. It's just kind of funny because it's like this whole like decentralized thing, and then they're like, okay, we're gonna keep this and like maybe there's a future where that's possible. I have no idea. But the problem is that the infrastructure right now, it's like you're having to use everything that they're using is like centralized entities. So if you're using like, if you have to use like the cloud for something or whatever, well, that's AWS, and that's centralized, dude. So it's just like, where are you storing this data? Because of course you have to have you have to store all this fucking blockchain data. So unless you're going to store it in your own personal, and of course I'm sure there's smart people that are coming up with ways to solve that, but it's just like it's on a centralized infrastructure. So you're like, this doesn't really work.
No, it doesn't either. Also, do you know how much electricity Bitcoin consumes alone? It's
Yeah,
fucking
but
massive. It
yeah,
consumes
especially right now.
just Bitcoin, just one cryptocurrency consumes as much electricity as the fucking United Arab Emirates.
Damn, that's crazy.
That's a lot of fucking electricity. And they're like, oh, we're trying to make blockchain and we need to worry about the environment, but here, we're gonna have all these fucking shit coins and fucking NFTs. And it's like, these things are not adding up here. Alright? You are
Yeah.
just trying to swindle people. Let's call this what it is. I'm
Yeah,
trying
you're
to
like,
swindle a bunch of stupid people that won a lottery ticket. Some of them may win, yes, but 99% of them are going to lose, and I'm going to win a lot of money. It's essentially a casino.
100%. Yeah, I'm just trying to make my fucking bag, dude. Well, and then there's the thing though. Will it exceed Saudi Arabia's electricity costs after they build the giant mirror wall?
Yes, 100% it's going to. Like, because there's
Just
only
no
more people
way.
going to
Have
do.
you seen that fucking thing?
I've not seen the mirror ball,
They're
actually.
gonna build this fucking thing, dude. It's like, let me see if I can find it. It's like, so they're gonna build it. Well, I don't know if they're actually going to, bro. Who knows? Everything's always talk, but the line. It's a new city, and it's
Okay.
this. It's like this. I call it the mirror wall because it's like reflective on both sides, and it's
Interesting.
gonna be this like. It's 105 miles long, and it's gonna be
I mean, they got the
200
space
meters.
for it.
It's only gonna be 200 meters wide, which seems really small.
I mean, it makes sense, I guess, if you're trying to reflect the right. I don't know. Fucking light gets really weird. I learned about that in my master's. Physics is physics is dumb. Not
But like,
physics
to,
is
but
not
it's,
dumb. It's
this is
just complicated.
this is to live in though. So you're gonna live inside the wall, like you live inside this thing. So it's 100 miles
Oh, I
long,
have seen that. I have seen that.
and it's only 2 football fields wide. That seems not fucking wide enough.
I get. I guess it makes sense because if you're thinking about water and stuff in the desert, it's a lot easier to make things go in a long one line than in two different. Trying to keep your X and Y's and going infinite in both directions there.
Yeah, maybe
Sorry
just
to
it
sound
just
like
makes
a fucking engineer there, goddamn.
yeah. How dare you, dude? Yeah, maybe logistically it makes more. I don't know, but anyway, it's going to cost hundreds of billions of dollars to build. Which I'm
Mm,
sure they have. That's not a problem.
the Saudis got a lot of money.
And it's it will basically span from the ocean or whatever. I'm assuming there's got to be an ocean there, and it's going to go
Yeah,
from their ocean to
the other side.
just 100. Just I don't even know.
Oh,
It's going to go from the ocean to 100 miles, and people are just going to live in this fucking I don't know night city or whatever the fuck, dude.
yeah,
Like,
making fucking Night City fucking dystopian shit. What was that? There was like some shitty movie with Matt Damon where they had that, but it was like up in this Elysium, I think is what it was. Where
oh
they had like
yeah,
the same thing in like space or whatever.
how dare you, dude? Elysium was not shitty.
Oh, it had Matt Damon, so it just automatically I just think of Matt Damon from Team
Is
America.
is it, he's like is he like a mid actor for you?
Matt Damon's fine. I could not tell you 5 Matt Damon movies. I think he had like Pearl Harbor. I think he was in Pearl Harbor. No, that was Ben Affleck.
It was Ben Affleck, I think.
I think
He was in The
he was
Martian.
in The Martian. He was in Elysium. He was in Goodwill Hunting.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I cannot name you another Matt Damon movie. Oh, he had the Bourne trilogy. Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Honestly, my mid actor, bro, is fucking Mission Impossible.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. I can't. He's such a fucking mid actor, bro. Like he just every movie I've ever seen with him, he's just like the same. Like I get that he's playing the same role, but it's like not even like Jason Statham plays the same action role, but he plays a good action role. Like I
That's fair.
enjoy watching him. It's like whatever. He's just so fucking bad. He just sits there and he's just like, oh no, oh god, guys, let's go.
Hey, don't criticize the great leader on his Thetans, okay? You leave Tom Cruise and Scientology alone, okay?
How does he have time to do movies when all the good stuff he's doing for Scientology?
That's a good question. See, he has to do movies so he can make money for Scientology, which fucking wild. If you have not looked up Scientology before, in our audience, that's a good trip to go down. It's a good rabbit hole.
They have like a Scientology city in Florida,
Really?
which maybe is where it originated.
No, I thought it was in California. I
Oh,
don't
you
know.
might be right.
It's something. He was by the ocean because L. Ron Hubbard's a fucking weird dude.
Dude, don't they have like ships that they live on?
Yeah, because he was like an admiral captain thing or something. He was like into the military. And other thing about L. Ron Hubbard is he wrote more works of fiction than any other human being alive. And he started a religion to not pay taxes.
That's hilarious, dude. That's yeah. 100. Just game the system.
And he's
Was
like,
like,
well,
fuck it, whatever.
I have a religion. I'm the order of church. You can't tax me. This is all my church. And here, let me get these actors involved and make them feel special.
Anyway, we're gonna make a ton of money. Yeah, Clearwater, city of Clearwater, Florida. The Church of Scientology owns the majority of the property in Clearwater downtown district.
That does not surprise me for some reason.
So, kind of crazy. I'm like, I just never knew that living in Florida. Like, I literally had no idea, and I heard that like a year ago.
I mean, it's an interesting religion. It's definitely the goofiest of the religions by far.
I would say it. I'm not even gonna lie, dude. I might not say it's the goofiest, but it's pretty goddamn goofy.
All right,
But
which
there's
one do you?
definitely a goofier one.
What if we're talking Mormonism?
I don't know, maybe.
Okay.
But there's definitely another religion out there, dude, that's gotta be goofier than fucking Scientology.
I don't know. It kind of gets hard to beat that Xenu dumped a bunch of aliens into volcanoes and then their souls escaped and then jumped into human beings, and that's why humans are sentient. That's a pretty goofy idea.
Did Xenu was he trying to kill the aliens, or was he just trying to release their souls to? Was this part of his plan?
I think
Or did,
he was. Now, no, this is what I learned from the South Park episode. So I have not watched this particular South Park episode in a hot minute, but from what I recall, Xenu was some intergalactic warlord that was taking over planets, and he took all the aliens on those planets that rebelled against him, and he froze them. He then transported those frozen aliens to Earth and dropped them in volcanoes. And then their souls escaped and jumped into humans. Is the idea? I think is the general idea of what happened.
so Xenu's still out there.
Xenu is still out there.
Oh, this bastard, dude.
Dude,
So we have to rise up and stop him?
Yeah, well, what happens to Xenu returns?
Oh, I mean, we're fucked. I don't
Yeah.
know. How can we possibly fight that?
We just need to have our mediums to go.
Yeah, right. No. We'll point all of our satellites at it, dude. I don't know what the fuck are we gonna do.
Speaking of South Park, I actually finally got caught up on all like the South Park Paramount Plus shows or short movies and stuff, and they're fantastic.
Oh yeah, I have to catch up on it too.
Dude, the fucking best one was the Ozempic one. Oh my god.
They just because it's new seasons, right?
No, it's just like a one-off movie that's only on Paramount Plus, and
Oh really?
yeah.
Oh, I thought they're. Oh, I'm sure they're still making seasons, but they made a
They
little
actually haven't
movie.
made a season in a while. I think the last season was when Mr. Garrison went down to Myrtle Beach and then started rallying again.
Oh, I didn't see
I'm
that.
just gonna do a little bit of rally, and he's like, "Yeah, we're gonna do all this stuff. We're gonna kick out the Mexicans." And just yeah, Tucker, let's go.
Tucker. Fuck.
Yeah, because Mr. Garrison is Trump, and
He's a big MAGA guy, which is hilarious.
no, they turned Mr. Garrison into Trump.
Oh, did they?
Yes, and then
Oh, I'm pretty far
it's
far
been,
from.
yeah, because then he went away for a little bit and became back normal, and then I think this was like 2 years ago. Mr. Garrison and his boyfriend went down to Myrtle Beach of all places.
Mr. Slave.
No, it was actually not Mr. Slave. It was some other
Oh
guy.
no.
And then they're just like, yeah, we're just gonna have a nice time, and then of course they went to the trashiest place in the South, Myrtle Beach. Fuck you, that place is a shithole.
The white trash mecca.
Dude, it is a white trash mecca. I don't think there is a larger congregation center of white trash in one location besides Myrtle Beach. I think if there's one place we could just maybe Talladega or Daytona on race weekend.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a good. I literally watched two dudes. Not even fucking kidding, dude. I watched two guys in line to get into Daytona. uh, get into like almost a fucking fist fight over Ford versus Chevy. And the guy that was like kind of really instigating it had like one of those wheelie coolers, like an igloo on wheels, and
He
he was
didn't
like
have the
holding the.
coolest cooler.
It was fucking sick, dude. And I really, because obviously, like someone was talking about like they're like, oh, NASCAR back in the day was real stock cars and blah blah blah, whatever. And you're like, all right, fucking shove it, old man. But like now, then some guy was like, yeah, well, they had to change it because whatever Chevy or something. I don't even know what the fuck they were saying. Then one guy was like, no, it was Ford, and then they were fucking like yell. I mean, they were like one person away from like potentially somebody throwing a fist.
Jesus fucking. Did the guy on his cooler have like the picture of Calvin like pissing on like the Ford logo?
Oh, dude, that's the best, bro. Yeah, dude, like on like a fucking, like it'll be like a Biden sticker or something.
Just like
Like,
Calvin. Which, funny enough, is apparently just him supposed to be filling up a water balloon.
yeah, it's not even him pissing, right?
No, it's not. And then
Yeah, which I'm sure is like I'm sure they insinuate because you can tell he's looking back all mischievous. Like I think it's him like they probably insinuated it in the cartoon,
yeah,
but as like a joke.
yeah, he's
But
like
like
filling up a water balloon. He's gonna go fuck up with his
I'm pretty
pants.
sure the guy had like a sleeveless fucking Lake Okeechobee t-shirt on or something. I don't even know.
Oh, is like Okeechobee like real white trash for Florida? Where's the center of white trash in Florida? I'm not from Florida. The only time people from my part of trashdom go to Florida is go to Disney World.
Yeah, Disney World's pretty trashy, bro. I'll be honest with you. That might be Florida's mecca of white trash. Well, the fucking in Orlando, dude. But the fucking um like Central Florida is like pretty barren. That place is like if you're living out in like Ocala and stuff, like there's really not much around you that, who knows what the fuck's going on out there.
I
And
mean,
then
that makes sense.
Tallahassee's pretty trashy.
Tallahassee seems like be real trashy. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, two metalcore bands have come out of Ocala, so it makes sense that like it's like, what else are we gonna do? I hate my fucking life.
100%, dude. I mean, I also really it's hard for me to talk shit when I'm just like if you just knew West Palm, like you would just it's just like it's hard for me to call other places trash because West Palm is like its own level of trashiness
Is
too.
that like
And
Jersey Shore style of white trash? Like the
it's
GTL,
more
the Gym Tan Laundry.
not so much like it does have it's like it has like Hicks and stuff there too, but then there's also like like yeah, there's like vanilla ice looking white dudes and like there's also like it's just such a mix of people that it's just I don't know. Like I've driven down like I legitimately have driven down the road in West Palm and like my mom and I got flashed by a hooker at a red light, and it's just like,
Oh, did I
and
tell
you're
you
like, whoa,
I saw my first hooker on like the side of the road for the first time like a month ago?
that had to be in Albuquerque,
Oh, it
right?
was in Albuquerque. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
went down. I don't know if I've told this story. I know I've told it a few times, but I saw a lady of the mid afternoon.
Ooh.
So this was like a couple months ago.
Mid-afternoon.
Veronica and I were like trying to make something. Like I think we are trying to make ramen. So there's like a really nice international grocer over in the international district. Also for you Burkanials, the war zone, as people like to call it, and going down Central.
Jesus.
I mean, it's really not that bad. It's
It's just not great. It's not a
it's
good.
not great. I mean,
Yeah,
Breaking Bad kind of overhypes it a little bit. If I'm being honest, it's really not that bad. If you've been to any major city, you know what I'm talking about. Okay.
yeah,
I mean, do I lock my windows when I'm driving there in red lights? Sure, but
totally, yeah.
they've tried to open doors before. I just take precautions. All right. So we're driving down there, and I see this one woman like walking up the street towards our car, and I'm like, I think that's a hooker. It just had like jean shorts on and some like tying things and like super high heels and was
Yeah,
dressed
yeah,
up,
yeah.
and I'm just like, I think that's a hooker. So anyway, we keep driving. We come to the next light there, and I just see this one woman there dancing like this on like the same thing, just holding the street pole, and like as if you, for you listeners here, I am grabbing the pole
James
with
is dropping it right
yeah,
now.
I'm dropping it. Hand right below my ass, other hand above my head, sliding up and down. And I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. And this was like 3 p.m. on a Sunday. And I'm like, oh, okay. I see ladies of the men after afternoon.
Oh, dude. 3 p.m.
On
Just
a
something
Sunday.
like a red light, dude. Just like, I mean, she's just probably gone, bro. Just trying to fucking
And
make
I was
some
like, hey,
extra money.
meth ain't cheap.
Oh my god, it's crazy,
I
bro.
will say, I
Yeah,
did
it.
first like open meth use is when I saw I was also in Albuquerque driving up Central. We were leaving a United game, and my father-in-law decided he didn't want to go through traffic, so we just drove up Central. And me, him not being in this is in the ghetto, in the ghetto, and my mother-in-law was like, "Oh, I see, we're giving James the real Albuquerque experience," and I'm just like,
Like, well,
"Oh,
welcome to town.
yes." I mean, Albuquerque's great. I love Albuquerque. It's got some character. I mean, it's really not that bad. It's if you've been to Denver on Colfax, it's the same thing. It's
Yeah,
really
yeah, yeah. It's like it definitely like Colfax has some rough spots for sure, but like at the same time, it's just like as long as you just avoid those, like just don't go down to some of those like worse areas, you're fine. Or like, I don't know, people like overhype. I think Denver too sometimes, where they're like, y- there's people
Denver's
out here
so
sometimes will be
bad.
like, they're like, oh, it's the worst. Get me wrong, don't get me wrong. Like, yeah, it's got problems for sure. Some of the issues it has, but it's just like I don't know. It's just not for a city, dude. Like, I mean, I lived there for 2 years. For for a city, like it's not the worst. Like it's really not that bad. Like
It's
it's
really
got really nice areas. You can like still be in like nice places in Denver. It's just expensive as fuck is really the issue. If you want to be outside some of the like slightly rougher stuff, that like you have to pay. You
yeah.
just have to
I mean,
pay a bunch of money, which is how it works. But it's just like, yeah, it's just funny. Like we also saw, dude, we saw a freaking dude driving a. Denver's funny though because which I'm sure I could see Albuquerque kind of having these vibes too. Just seeing like I've seen weird shit in Florida. Don't get me wrong, like, but the stuff I've seen in Florida is just more like I said, like a hooker flashing at like a red light. Like that's something that I could like. I'm like, oh yeah, I have like a memory of that. I can see that as being like South Florida, got it, whatever. But like, we were driving down. We were in Denver, and we were like literally driving, and this car came up next to us, and it was a tailpipe, or it was like something going through the hood of their car, and it was like almost like a pipe, and it was like piping from the hood of their car through the fucking windshield down the middle, like between the two seats, out the back window. Like it was like their tailpipe, but they like I don't know what the fuck it was piping. I don't know about cars well enough to know what the hell it was, but I know that thing had to have been hot as fuck. And it was just through the middle of his car, and he just at the red light pulls out the glass bulb and just lights the glass bulb up at a fucking red light. And it was like, holy shit.
that's that's pretty fucking wild. I will say I do see some wild car shit out here. Like I have never seen more hoopties in my entire life than living in Albuquerque, which I also didn't know what a hoopty was until like 8 months ago. And I'm like, what the fuck's a hoopty? And they're like, just like a piece of shit car. I was like, oh yeah, yeah, I know what you're talking about. But
A hoopty, dude. You guys got is it they got little spinners and stuff out there, dude?
uh,
The spinner rims.
there's a lot of low riders. That's a big thing out
Oh, I
here.
can see that. Yeah, yeah.
But honestly, I see so many cars without license plates is the big thing. Just driving around.
Are they just expired or stolen or something?
No,
Or
like I
like,
mean, I'm straight up cars with no license plate. Not that the license plate's expired. I mean, just no license plate whatsoever. Just driving around.
why would someone not have a license plate?
That's
Just
why
to
I
like
don't
not.
fucking know, dude. It's just a thing here because the cops just are like, I got other shit to deal with. I'm not pulling over this fucking guy. Like some of the like I love New Mexico, and I say this from a place of love. The drivers here are fucking dog shit. The worst fucking drivers. It's like it's the worst combination of geriatric old people and gold cars. And if you know exactly what I'm fucking talking about.
Gold cars is
Dude, it's the
hilarious.
gold car. Anytime you see a gold fucking car, that person is either like 80 or it's been gifted to some 20-year-old
Yeah, from
or
their grandma.
yeah, from
Like,
their grandma because gold cars it's the fucking tackiest thing in the world. Or it's just
I will say
hoop.
that road from Colorado down to Albuquerque though might like down to New Mexico, like whatever the highway.
Oh,
It might
25.
is that just 25 that
Yeah,
just goes right
25.
into. Yeah, that might be the worst stretch of highway I've ever driven on in my life. I literally thought that I was like going to blow a tire out on that fucking highway.
Uh, what part of I-25 are you at?
It was like maybe they were doing construction or something, but it was crazy, bro. It was like the fucking potholes and like it
Oh,
was the whole it was like like the whole fucking time. I
were
was
you on
like,
the New
what?
Mexico side?
Yeah, dude. I
Okay,
was
yeah,
like,
no,
what?
that checks out.
I was
That
like,
checks
what
out.
the fuck? We became like we were both just like, what?
Um, yeah, dude. Like, I think Did Florida have state inspections for your vehicles? Like you had to get your vehicle inspected every year.
No, not really. I
Okay.
don't think so.
West Virginia had that. So like you didn't really see many trash cars on the road because you had to go get your vehicle inspected every year and had to be like a state inspection sticker to get verified to make sure your car was roadworthy. So
Oh,
because
interesting. It's not like because in Colorado, you know how they do the emissions testing. It's not like that, right? It's
no,
just like
it's completely different. It's to make sure like you can't have a cracked windshield, you have to have your brakes are good, your tires have to be like not bald.
oh
Like
yeah,
every
they
like
don't do
it's
that
like a
shit in
full
Florida.
like 12-point inspection, and you have to get that
Okay.
done yearly for your car to be on the road. Meanwhile, the roads are the worst in the entire fucking country. Like you're having like I've popped multiple tires through potholes in West Virginia in my town.
That's fucked up. Yeah, I don't think you could get people in Florida to do that, dude. I think they would just
So that's why you see these like just piece of trash cars like in Colorado and stuff. Like it still fucking runs. I'm going, brother. Yeah,
yeah,
you're
the
not allowed.
emissions passed, dude. We're good.
Yeah, you can't. New Mexico's worse because only certain counties have emissions. So I think it's only like Bernalillo County, which is where Albuquerque is, Santa Fe, and Los Alamos counties. So it's only like 3 counties in the state are required emissions.
Dang, that's so
It's
weird.
I think
What's the point?
it's because it's like those are like the major cities. Well, Los Alamos
Oh,
is like a rich county to be fair, so I shouldn't lump them in.
it's like you gotta do it or you don't do it. You can't do some counties. Some counties no. That's such a pain in the
I mean, to
ass.
be fair, like half of New Mexico lives in Albuquerque and Santa Fe, so
Yeah, they cover most of them.
yeah, it
You know what
covered.
I found out the other day, dude? Is freaking New York is doing this new thing. This is kind of a derail, but New York is doing this
The
new thing where
congestion
they're.
traffic, yeah, it's all about that.
Did you see that, bro? It's you have to pay. I was like talking to someone about it. You have to literally pay. So if you want to go into, the way they were describing, they live in New York, is they if you want to go into like Manhattan, you have to pay like $9. I don't know how you pay it. I don't know if it's like
I
when
think
you
it's like an
go,
Easy Pass thing, or like
maybe
you
there's some kind
take.
of toll or something
I
they're
think it's
putting
like
up,
the express lane where you just get like a little reader.
and they're just gonna charge like $9 or $7 or whatever for the day to like go in. And I guess the idea is to persuade people from going down there. But what if you work in that area or you live and you have to drive out of that area to go to work? You're going to get charged every time you come back. I mean, that's crazy. You can't do that.
So on my news podcast, the reason why they're doing it is they're using it as a way to raise funds to fix the subway in New York because the subway's ass. So they're taxing people driving cars to fix the subway.
They don't
And,
make enough money with their normal fucking taxes. Like how much they tax people in New York.
I mean, a lot. I think also too, like they have the pensions are what's killing their like tax revenue because they gave everybody like really high pensions and are just like, oh, people are living until they're like 95 years old. Fuck, we gotta keep paying this guy $40,000 a year until he's 95, and he
Yeah.
retired at 58. He
And
was supposed to die like 40 years ago.
I feel like it was probably easier to. I mean, I'm assuming New York obviously is still very like a very prosperous area, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like just like a lot of the money, like so much money is like in tech, and I feel like a lot of that's like in California. So like maybe New York, when they're doing stuff like that, they were hedging on like Wall Street and all this shit, and then like just things have kind of shifted. I think in terms of like where money is like allocated, like where it's coming from, and that I feel like that's not really New York. I don't think New York's really a big. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know if New York's a big like tech.
It's
like
like the big,
place.
it's the finance capital of the country and everything. Like all the stocks are traded there and everything like that. I
Which
know,
a lot of money too, to be fair.
yeah, a lot of New Yorkers left during COVID and they all moved down to Florida because that was a big
Oh
thing
yeah, I
during the
heard it. I heard
pandemic.
everyone bitching. Everyone was bitching in Florida. Dude.
I'm assuming like goddamn fucking New Yorkers can't fucking drive.
Dude, they're just the rudest people, bro. Like they literally like here a PSA for New Yorkers. You don't have to be like that. Like they act like they literally act like they're like I have to be like this because
I'm
it's the
fucking
city.
New York here.
Yeah, I'm a New Yorker. No, you're just a dick. Like it's just like there's nothing you don't have to act like that. Like you can just not be an asshole and you would be fine, dude.
Yeah, I feel like I agree with you there. Because it's like it's this just very like oh if you can survive here you can survive anywhere. It's like yeah it's the largest metropolitan city in the world. Like I would hope someone would be able to survive in the largest. Well, technically I think it's like the fourth or something like that. So retraction there. Largest U.S. city. Okay, my bad.
I guess the person I was talking to apparently said that they like did this in London, I guess, and that's what they used as like their case study to try to do this in although does London have subways? I doubt it. They're
No,
on a
London has
fucking
subways. They have
Oh, do they?
yeah they have like the 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 tube is a very big thing there.
Oh, the tube. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. I always hear jokes when people come back and they're like, I had to take the tube. Oh, my bad. The subway.
No,
I've been overseas.
you fucking jerk off.
It's kind of I guess it's hard to think that there's a subway when it's like an island, but I guess it's maybe the high enough uh
Because there's the Channel, which is the train between like England and France that people can take, and then the tube's a big thing because they use that as like bomb shelters in World War II.
Oh. Yeah, that actually makes sense. Okay, yeah. Well, I guess apparently they tried it in England, and what the person was telling me, although I've done nothing to verify this, is that basically it just didn't work and just pissed everyone off, and then they just stopped doing it. So that made me, and if that happened in London, dude, New York is gonna freak.
I feel like they'll probably get away with it in New York because it's much more car reliant than the UK. And it's
Mm.
like, what are you gonna do? Take the subway with crazy people, or are you gonna fucking someone on there's doing the fucking warriors little just warriors in the corner? You're like, yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna get in my car. I'll pay the $9. I don't have to fucking deal with the fucking crackhead in the corner.
You don't want to go on the subway and watch a subway performer, dude, like just beating
Lady
drums
of
or
mid
whatever.
afternoon, just on like one of the poles there, just like, hey, how you doing, sweet? It's like, I don't know. Plus, you can't even wear noise canceling headphones to tune that shit out. You're just getting mugged.
You're just like fuck me, dude. Some dude with like 5 gallon Home Depot buckets just hammering them with drumsticks. You're like, God damn it, dude. I can't handle this.
I definitely feel like that's why noise canceling headphones were made, was to deal with crowded subways and babies on planes.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Just like, and they're actually, dude, I have the, shameless, Apple pay us for this, but just bleep us out. I'll just bleep the beep max tunes or whatever. Just be like, oh yeah, I don't want to give them my money. But no, they're like the Apple Mac AirPod or Air Max. What do the fuck they call their
AirPod
headphones?
Maxes or something. You fucking
Yeah, whatever.
dork.
They're
You
yeah, dork.
dork. I'm
They're fucking nice, dude.
I've heard good things. I usually use Bose because I'm a little Bose boy.
Whatever, dude. You're also an Android guy, dude.
Yeah,
So
listen. I had an iPhone for a little bit. I had the iPhone 6. It shit out on me. I was fucking tired of dealing with iPhone bullshit. Because at the time, you had to always plug it into a fucking computer to do anything with it.
yeah, right. Like iTunes and stuff,
Yeah, like
dude.
that. And so I was just like, no. And I was like living abroad. I was like, fuck this. I'm getting a Pixel because I heard good things about it. So I got a Pixel. Used that for years. It was fantastic. It's probably my favorite phone I've ever had. I actually recently just got a phone the other day. Still,
Oh, nice.
still in the Android gang. Got
How
the,
much is the Pixel?
I got a Pixel 9 because there was a discount through my carrier for $400. And
That's
that's
actually crazy.
yeah. So like that's the newest model. It wasn't the Pro or the XL or like the lower tier version. It was just the generic Pixel 9, $400, which it was a steal through my carrier. So I was like, all right, and I bought it outright. So I was like, that's the cheapest I've spent on a phone so far.
Yeah, it's actually kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I am an Apple fanboy. I'm a big Mac fan. But with that being said,
Nerd.
these these pho- which I'm
Nerd.
sure the fuck other. I just like the convenience of it. But these phones are just getting too much. Like I have to get a new one soon. I have a 10
Mm.
or an 11 maybe, and I just did a new iOS update, the newest one, 18 or whatever. It rocked my phone. My phone's almost like, dude, it's like it's just lagging. Like it's like very difficult to use right now. It's kind of fucking frustrating.
See, that's what I like about Android phones. Nothing ever slows down on them. It just works. It's fine. The only thing that goes out on it is the battery, and I go, oh, I have to charge this now like 2 times a day if I'm using it a lot,
Yeah.
or if I'm doom scrolling a ton. And that's why, like, I knew, like, other app wise, perfectly fine. Everything, nothing got slowed, nothing got throttled. Just the battery would just, because it was like almost like 4.5 years old, which makes sense. I've charged it a
Yeah,
shit ton.
that's just because you have malware from watching porn, dude. So it's just your battery's just like ripping out on you.
Is that what how it dies?
If it gets hot as fuck, and it's like if your PSA, if your phone is randomly getting really hot and your battery is just draining like crazy, immediately start tracking your cellular usage because there's potentially malware on your phone.
Huh, I did not know that.
And if it's an Android, if it's like a non, that's the one thing that's nice about iPhones. I mean, maybe it's just false sense of security, but it's, not very common to get malware on your iPhone. I think it's very, very difficult, but I don't know much about Androids. I think Androids are more likely to get that stuff.
Okay, I know. I had a Pixel. My OG Pixel. The battery started getting really hot. To be okay, I was also like an Uber and Grubhub driver for a while, so I just had that
Mhm.
thing plugged in straight for like days at a time while I was working.
That's
So
also fair though.
that's mainly why the battery went out. What I believe, fingers crossed. My current like my current Samsung doesn't get hot unless I'm like taking it into like IR sauna or anything like that. That's the
I
only
mean,
time.
if they haven't, if you had malware on your phone and they didn't already come after you to like try to get money out of you, you're fine at this point. Like, don't worry about it.
Nah, I think I'm fine. I think I'm fine.
You're like, oh
Ish,
shit,
God damn it! Fuck.
like, Veronica, get my phone,
Speaking
throw it
of,
away.
did you see that the hub is now banned in like half the country in the south and in,
I
like the
know.
entirety of the south?
I heard it was banned. I was just talking to fucking yeah. I heard it was banned in Florida, and Colorado is still holding out, but it's just funny that they're but it's not like you can still go on other sites. I think, right, or is
Yeah,
it just
I think maybe. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up the map of that.
oh there's a hub outage.
Uh, okay, here I will. I found a Newsweek article of it. So when is this from? This is from. Oh, let's see. Du-du-du. Okay. Do 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 do. Okay, this is the list of states, which is let's see, 1, 2, 3. Oh my God, that's a lot. So they banned it in Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Idaho, Indiana, Kansas, Kentucky, Mississippi, Montana, Nebraska, North Carolina, South Carolina, Oklahoma, Texas, Utah, and Virginia.
Holy shit! I mean, I guess I can understand all of those places like doing that. That seems to align with their values.
Yeah, the one that does surprise me is Virginia. That's the only one that like sticks out to me.
I don't know, dude. I'm not surprised by Virginia. Virginia's pretty good, old boy.
I mean that's true, but like DC and like those suburbs, because
Is it banned in DC though?
no, it's not banned in DC, but like a lot of the DC suburbs like spill into like Virginia and Maryland.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So like the rest of these states make sense. I guess Idaho's and Indiana are seem well. I guess Idaho makes sense, and so does Indiana. Um,
Yeah. Florida, I'm kind of surprised, but there's a lot of.
what Cubans and Catholics in there, Florida?
Yeah, but it's also like I don't know the representative. There a vote. It must have been a representative, just a fucking Congress thing. So there's a lot of right wing uh Congress, like for Florida.
That's true. That's true. I guess Utah does not surprise me at all. 'Cause that's like
No, not surprising at all. I'll tell
Utah.
you what, Colorado, California, Oregon, Washington are gonna hold out until there's not a chance that they're gonna fucking give it up.
Yeah, I will say it is funny that like porn's getting blocked in a lot of the states, but um, gambling is just completely like legal almost everywhere now. You can just gamble on your phone.
I know it's actually kind of crazy. And honestly, dude, like they were talking, they keep talking about the TikTok ban.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even gonna lie, dude. I would be more like the porn. It's just kind of dumb. It's just like I don't know. Your kids are gonna watch it anyway, dude. You're not gonna stop it. But
Apparently,
like,
VPN usage shot through the roof through Florida like this
yeah,
past
no
week.
shit, dude. NordVPN just got a fucking huge bump, dude. All the podcasts are always like NordVPN. I bet every podcast right now probably has a NordVPN sponsorship, dude.
Sign
It's
up
just like,
or Shark. I think I got one for like Shark VPN or something like that, or Surfshark or some
yeah, like
shit.
limited and it's like cheap or whatever. Well, it's like but the TikTok ban, I'm like, like ban that shit, bro. I even use TikTok and I'm like, we don't need this shit, bro. We can get rid of this one.
That's the one app I'm so glad I've held out on not getting. I think when it came out when I was like 24 or 25, and at that point I was like, I have the social medias I'm going to use. I'm not getting a fucking other one. There's no fucking point to this.
I got convinced to try it, and it's just, dude. I mean, it's like I'm better now than I was when I first got it. I was like, it's like addicting, bro. But the fucked up thing about it is its entire model is to be addicting. Of course, that's social media in general, but TikTok is just the way it just works. It's so like I don't know. It's just like total dopamine, constant pushing, and it's just like it's just not. There's just no way that this is good for us. Besides the fact that they're whatever spying and blah blah blah, but they're all
It's
spying.
from
All
China. China's just spying on the youth. They're
yeah,
sending them videos of Gaza so they can rebel against the government. Okay, it's being
yeah,
used against us. Although Trump's
yeah,
like, I love the
exactly.
TikToks. The TikTok was great.
They got me elected. They're great.
They're
It's
great.
like
We love TikTok.
it's just funny because it's like the whole like when they're like, oh well, China, it's a Chinese company and they're selling our data, and you're like, well, you realize that Meta is selling your data
Oh,
too.
that is.
Like that's different.
I'm gonna pivot us real hard here. Have you seen that old Zucky boy now looks like a Zoomer?
Bro, I keep seeing stuff about that. So funny. Yeah, I've seen like photos and stuff of him, and like
He's like, dude, I
he's got like the broccoli head,
yeah,
and
he's
like
in a fucking gold chain, and I'm just like, dude, you were like 40. You were dressing like you were 18. He's like, oh, no cap, fam, for real, for real. I've been training with like Alexander Volkanovsky, like brother. We've been just getting down there, fucking. That's all. I can't even talk like a Zoomer. I don't know what I'm trying to do.
I don't know, some glizzy, some
Some
riz, who
glizzy
knows, dude.
gangs, or I don't fucking know. I
Gang
hear
gang.
sometimes I interact with 18-year-olds from like when I'm teaching and stuff, and I'm just like, why are you like this? Why are you
Well,
like
it's
this?
just, it's funny though. Like, it's just his is funny because I think he's trying to be relatable. It's actually really funny because I almost watched like I literally watched a YouTube video on this the other day. Like I always say the other day, dude, but literally this I think this was actually 3 months ago. But it's like 3 months ago I watched this video and it was just somebody kind of jokingly talking about like the evolution of Zuckerberg, and it was actually kind of funny because it's like,
Smoking meats in my backyard with my sweet baby Rays.
oh my god, that's my favorite fucking video, dude. Sweet baby Rays. Oh, guys, who has the Sweet Baby Rays? Oh, have you guys had this before? It's called Sweet Baby Ray's. It's like you're like, bro, it's a fucking like off the shelf brand bar. Guys, this is so good. It's called Sweet Baby Ray's.
Dude, I
Like
will say, shout out Sweet Baby Rays. We used to get that in high school. Like that shit fucking slaps.
Sweet Baby Ray's slaps, bro, for an over the counter condiment, dude. It's just like, well, the Zuckerberg thing's funny too, because like his whole evolution is so funny because he's just such an odd guy that which like he probably struggles to like just relate to people, so he doesn't know what to do, and he's just like but it shows like these different things that he's done to try to relate because like the way they actually explained him early, which I wasn't old enough to really like experience Facebook in its infancy, like to
Mm-hmm.
like really get it. And they were kind of talking about how he kind of came off as very like against all that the tech scene at the time because he was like this college kid and he's like t-shirts and jeans and was like whatever, and that's probably the most relatable he's ever been.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that he just like turned into like a fucking weirdo, and then he was like trying to fix his image ever since that. And then literally since he that video of when he had to go into like court and everyone just was like, you're a fucking you're like a lizard, dude, like you're not real.
Here,
Yeah,
let me
they're
drink
like
the water.
yeah, he's
Water is
like
good.
two-handed. He's like sipping it, and they're like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" Then there's all these videos of him in live streams and stuff, and he'd be like talking, and he'd be like, he's like, and he'd like talking, he'd be like, "Oh, no, I'm not a lizard. I don't know why people keep asking that." And it's like he like doesn't understand like the jokes and stuff, or he'd be like the zuck. He's like zucking. He's like, I don't understand. What is that? What is zucking? Can someone explain that to me? It's just like, you're like, dude, what? And so I think this is his like a total attempt at being like, I have to fix my PR right now because like the new generation just thinks I'm a fucking weirdo. And like, how do I relate?
I mean, I kind of at least appreciate that he's like pivoted a little bit into like. I mean, don't get me wrong. He dresses like a fuck boy. He
Yes.
dresses like my 17-year-old cousin with the fucking chain and the broccoli hair and just like, oh yeah, no cap, fam. Oh, for
He's
real.
also like he's like in videos talking and he's like wearing the shit and then he has like a $900,000 watch on. And you're like, who are you? They're just like so out of touch that you're like, who are you? Like, what is this?
I do. The one thing I do think that's funny since he started doing Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, he's like, oh, I have to interact with people now and I can learn to defend myself. I think he probably started doing Brazilian Jiu Jitsu because South Park made fun of him for like, ha ha ha, you cannot block my style. My style is
Your
unblockable.
style. Yeah, he's a fucking weirdo. Those
Did you,
guys are all fucking weird, dude.
dude? And then like two more Zuckerberg things, and then we'll wrap it up here because I think we're at like an hour and 7 minutes. Um, the one, have you seen the video of him where standing when he's like Volkanovski's going to the ring and he has like no idea what to fucking do? He's like Ricky Bobby. He's like, I don't know what to do with my hands.
No.
I will if I find it because Veronica sent it to me. It's fucking hysterical because he's like walking out with him. He's just like, yeah, and like shaking his head. He's like, oh okay, like, oh yeah, no, okay, cool. I'm just gonna stand back here and not do anything and be awkward as shit.
Like, what are you doing, dude?
I mean, but also too, like if you're Alexander Volkanov, that guy's probably giving you so much fucking money, so much
yeah.
fucking money. And also now that he's boys, do you see Dana White is now on the board of Meta?
I saw that, dude. I don't know much about it, but I literally just read something about that the other day.
I'm like, I mean, at least I don't know how I feel about because I like the UFC and everything. I don't know how I feel about the UFC getting so political about shit. I'm just like, man, I just want to watch people beat the shit out of each other. Why does that politics have to get involved with it? You know?
It's one thing if the fighters get political, you're like, fine, whatever. Like, people like in the NFL and like, football players get political sometimes and this and that. You're like, but it's not so much the NFL. It's more like the players. Like, fine, it's a person. They can have their own beliefs. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
But yeah, like I agree with you. Like when it's like Dana White or something, you're just like, because it's not just Dana White. He's the UFC. It's like, yeah, he's representing more than just himself. And you're like, yeah, like let me just watch dudes in a cage, bro. I just want to watch people fight each other.
Yeah, I just want to watch people fight each other. But yeah, those are the last two UFC things. Speaking of, no live stream next week. I forgot I have a party that I'm going to.
Oh, nice. Okay.
We because I know we were gonna live stream the next UFC fight there. Which last little topic there. I went to like a house party for my friend because he was like it was like a Christmas party and like graduation birthday thing, and they had the Colby Covington Yuan Buckley fight on.
Oh yeah, I just saw highlights from it afterwards.
Oh, I got hammered. It was just like, fuck you, Colby, you fucking piece of shit. And everyone was just like, oh, James gets feisty when I was like, you little MAGA bitch, get fucked. Also, fuck Colby in general. Just like, regardless of politics here, but we were always Kamaru fans.
Oh man, we can't even talk about that fight, dude. That
No,
was
no,
freaking.
the chat was horrific.
Oh my, just streaming it online and just like finding some video or something, and then it's just like the chat is just like people saying like insane things, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and hide this now. This is crazy.
I will say, if you are going to stream the one that is the East one's the best in my opinion because they moderate their chat. So you are not just getting 4chan, just people just spamming slurs and others type of stuff. It's like I prefer that one.
Yeah, it's but we don't condone illegal streaming, of
Alle-
course, because we don't want this video to get taken
No,
down.
we don't want to condone it. You know, you should pay for your UFC fights and contribute in any way you seem possible. Also, this main card's kind of stacked for next Saturday.
Is that the one that has Mackenzie Dern on it, or is she
No,
fighting
that's
on
this weekend. That's a
fight
fight
night?
night.
Oh,
This is UFC 311. We got bottom of the card Kevin Holland versus I'm I'm gonna assume he's Dutch. Renier de Reader. I'm gonna assume he's Dutch. Let's see if he's Dutch. Yeah, he is Dutch. Fuck yeah, I'm good. And then I'm hyped about that. Okay, and then we got Benil Dariush versus Renato. He's some fucking Brazilian guy.
Rob, didn't he fight? He fought
Sean
O'Malley,
O'Malley.
right? Yeah.
He fought Sean O'Malley, and that's who he took the belt from. Then we got Yuri versus Jamal Hill, which I'm pretty stoked about. Jiri might be my favorite like non-champion fighter because that dude's just a savage.
Yeah, you guys are fucking that guy literally just like gives me the vibes of that Key and Peele sketch where he's like I'm going his family's going to have to prepare to cry at his funeral. And he's like, wait, what did he say about me? He's just like he's like yeah, the whole time he's like, I'm going to wear his blood and I'll sacrifice him to the gods. He's like, he knows this is a fight, right? Like this is it's kind of the vibe that Jerry gives me sometimes.
I can see that. Jiri is like pretty much Jiri is a Czech weeb that watched way too much anime and tried to become a real life samurai. Is the best way to describe Jiri.
Czech weeb is hilarious. Dude.
He's a Czech weeb, all right. That's why he has the haircut because he believes he's a fucking samurai. That's why he's got like it's not like for any religious, but he just wanted to be like a Bushido and have a top knot, and that's why his hair is like that.
That's whole dude. I mean, honestly, respect, bro. Fuck it. It's just like you're gonna do it, bro. Like,
I mean, he's fighting Jamal Hill, which Jamal Hill might have the worst tattoos in all of the UFC. He's got like Facebook thumbs, like likes on his chest.
oh yeah, dude. Oh my god, yeah. Facebook thumb likes, dude.
The,
Oh, that's so bad, dude.
so that's the third fight. And then we got Marab versus Umar Nurmagomedov. So I think that's Khabib's younger brother. Which I like Marab. Marab's chill with me.
Another one, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, and if he wins, that means we're gonna have the Khabib. I will say I like Islam more than I like Khabib. Islam will actually strike with people in the ring.
Yeah, he's also entertaining, dude. Like I actually like it's funny watching interviews with him and stuff, dude. Like that dude kind of cracks me up.
He's pretty funny. Umar just looks like a less likable version of Khabib.
Yeah, definitely.
And then Islam is fighting Arman Sarukian, which if I had to put a parlay on this, not that Transplant Trash condones betting, I'm probably gonna go Dutchman, Benil, Yiri. I'm gonna say Marab and Islam. Marab and Umar, I'm kind of on the fence of how that one could go. Oh, Johnny Walker is still fighting? How? How is Johnny Walker still in the UFC?
Oh, dude, yeah, the prelim. That Peyton Talbot guy, dude. I want to watch his fight.
Oh, he's 9-0. Let's see how old this kid is. Oh my, okay, he's 26. Okay,
26. He's pretty young. Like, he's like got like a I don't know what he fought on before, but he's pretty good. He's got kind of a cool style, and
Okay.
he's kind of like I don't know. He almost kind of gives me like I know people always compare him to O'Malley, but I think he's like kind of similar. I think, but yeah, he's just kind of one of those like taller, skinnier dudes, but he's just kind
Oh.
of like a cool style to him.
Oh, Andy. I think I know what next live stream we're gonna do. We're gonna do
Which one?
February 1st, Israel Adesanya's
Oh,
on a fight night.
brother.
Do we need to? For those of you who don't know, Andy and I had a tradition where we would just get blacked for Adesanya fights, and he would just win, and we made it a tradition. And
It's the only way. That's the only reason he won, dude. Was because we got blackout on Sailor
we
Jerry.
got blacked out and sent him all of our mental fortitude and powers, like we're Goku holding up our arms for Goku to get the fucking energy.
Literally, dude. Like we were just giving him all our power, dude. And he would do it, and then
Uh,
when we wouldn't, he was like he'd lose. He'd be like, we should have got drunk that night.
so he did. I think you had to bail one time. We're just like, God damn it, Andy, this is why he fucking lost. I think it's when the first time we lost to Pereira, and we're like, this is all your fault.
It's your fault, dude, because you weren't there getting drunk with us. I was like, damn it.
Although,
Yeah, that'd be a good one. I don't really know a lot of these fighters, but I'm sure it'll still be very entertaining. I mean, they got Michael Page and the Pirate.
the Pirate,
Fighting.
I'm kind of excited. That fight should be fun. They also got Sergey Pavlovich versus Rosenstrike. That should be a good one. That should just be a swang and bang. So
Oh yeah,
and
Rosenstrike. That's hilarious. How old is he, dude? At this point,
he's got to be fucking old.
36. He's getting there, dude. It's
Do
about.
you see DDP and Sean Strickland are fighting again?
Yeah, I also saw that too on the higher. That's like UFC 312.
Yeah, that's on the 8th of February. Sorry, now we're just trying to plan out shit. So we'll probably be doing some live streams in the future here. So we'll try to make that a little bit noticed on the YouTube channel. But
we're just yapping at
we're
this
just
point.
yapping about UFC. I mean, maybe we just need to turn this into a weekly UFC show. Make Arrow be like the Shane Gillis version of Ariel Hawani. Maybe that should be our goal.
That would be hilarious. Just I'd be down with that. That'd be fun to watch the fights and stuff like more consistently.
It would be. Speaking last thing, and then I'll let you go. Did you see Shane Gillis roasting Nick Saban on live TV?
No. Oh, Nick Saban. Yes, that was at the. He was talking about college football.
Yeah, there was a call. He's like,
Yeah,
Alabama Jones here. You know, now that everybody can pay their players, the SEC doesn't have such an advantage now, do they?
Yeah, that was crazy. And the guy's like, we do not do that. He's like,
I saw
called him out. He's like, this is a fun show, right? We're having fun here. And the guy's like, we're not having fun right now. Like you can tell he was like, do not bring that up.
It was funny because I guess Shane Gillis was saying he asked McAfee and Herb Street, and he's like, yeah, like he was just like messing with you, like it's all good. And then he tried to mess with him. He's like, oh, okay. Then and I guess after that one where he's like Alabama Jones, he was like, he was not joking. He was completely serious. That was
Alabama Jones that is hilarious though,
dude. It was fucking perfect. Which
that's such a great fucking like it was like pretty witty, and he's just like like fuck you. It's like all right, whatever.
He's only mad because it's true. Everybody knows they were fucking paid for players.
It'd been fucking obvious, dude.
I mean, I will say, Shane Gillis. How drunk do you think Shane Gillis is going to get if Notre Dame wins the national championship? Because they won last night.
I know, dude. I just can't wait to see the freaking videos come out later of just him hammered at some party or something like
just blacked.
Did you know how the?
Have you ever? Last thing I know, we keep fucking saying just one more thing. Have you seen the YouTube short where he's like telling Joe Rogan? Joe Rogan's like, I can go beer bong for you, and Shane Gillis is like, are you sure you want to do that? And he's like, yeah. So I guess he did
because they have that eagle thing, right? That they like do fucking.
I guess were stopped recording and they did like Joe did 6 beer bongs in a row after a Safe Art Parks podcast, and he was just gray. I guess he kept getting mad at Shane. He was like, speaking to the mic. Speaking to the mic. Hey. He's like, Joe, we haven't been recording for like 2 hours.
speak into the mic. It's so funny. I don't even like recording anymore. You're just drunk. He's like, we're not catching any of this.
We gotta do that.
Damn, it's crazy. Notre Dame's at the final. Who's left? Who's still?
Texas and Ohio State. And Ohio State's been tearing people new buttholes lately, so.
Dude, it can't be Texas, bro. Come
No,
on.
I mean, I think it's gonna be Ohio State Notre Dame, which
That'd be a good fucking game, bro.
it would
When's
be.
that gonna be?
I mean,
January
honestly,
20th.
when's it gonna be?
January 20th is when's the Ohio State? When's the?
They're playing right now, actually. So Ohio State's up by 7.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so Ohio State's playing Texas right now, and then
fuck yeah,
the final is on the 20th of May.
On a Monday.
It's on a Monday. I hate when they put games on Mondays.
It's a final. Make it a fucking Saturday
or a Sunday even. I guess it's playoff season. It's got playoffs going on right now in the NFL. So, all right, we've been babbling for like 20 extra minutes than I thought we were going to. So I'm gonna wrap this up here. All right, bye.
Bye.